Next item is consider American with the Disabilities Act modifications to City Hall. One of the things that we're trying to do is increase the standard of compliance throughout the city with our building codes that we try to bring up to current, which we're still a few years behind, but we're a whole lot more current than we used to be. One of the things that we're concerned about is that the city has not complied with the 2010 deadline for getting our municipal facilities compliant with ADA requirements. We have this issue, at our parks, at our police station, at parking issues. I mean, it's actually pretty wide. So we're just taking small bites out of this apple. We basically have a $3,000 quote estimate at this point from a building contractor to do the modifications to the city hall. It includes basically doors, widths of doors, lowering light fixtures to wheelchair height. It includes modifications in the bathroom facilities. Do we have enough turning radius to get a wheelchair into the stall? Do we lower the soap dispensers? That we modify the fixtures that they can be, basically there's guidelines that we need to be in compliance with. Part of it also is changing the parking here. So what's required is that if you have two parking places for disability, you have a path in between them that is a certain specification, whatever. Part of it is signage. The city has handicap parking signs at 3 different locations with 3 different prices for violations. So we really want to bring, throughout the city that, hey, we're serious about complying with the ADA, but we're actually serious about people parking in the place they're not supposed to, and there's a fine for that. And we really want the fine to be uniform throughout the city. So part of that is parking signs at Turlock Park, part of it is parking signs here, part of it is the police station. Anyway, the city hall portion of that is what we are saying is in the $3,000.
So that's the first attempt to get ourselves ADA. Well, I'm sorry, it's the second attempt because the actual community center was the first major attempt.
Yeah, we're still working on bathrooms.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm wondering, Mayor, within that, lowering the vanities and having the automatic shut-offs on the water and all that stuff, really bringing us up to speed, like a lot of restaurants, if they don't touch anything, just have the automatic vanities. Just something that, I'll deal with that.
Yeah, one of the things that we actually have talked about is even getting air dryers for your hands, so that you don't have to, sure. Another thing that we talked about is looking at the water temperature, which the water temperature here is kind of lukewarm at best. So, we'd like to update that as well.
Who's the contractor on that?
It's in your package there. I think it's, is it in the package?
Yes.
He gave us 2 prices, and they're on the same page. So one is for ADA compliance work, the other is for the work in the conference room. It's Eli Building Design. Yes. Now, what I would like to recommend to the council is that I feel like this price, we really want to, it's a little bit hard at this point. Okay, sure. We need to be, please, respectful to the. What I would recommend to the council is to approve going forward at a not to exceed price. Doesn't mean it's going to be $3,000, and as we're able to, we haven't really addressed fixture issues yet and so forth, but I'd like to proceed.
Make a motion that we proceed with the ADA compliance work not to exceed at this point $3,000 without coming back before the council for amended work.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And Mr. Mayor, this company is bonded, this Eli bonding, I mean, they're Eli
I
building.
don't know, I don't know.
But I mean, you would have somebody that would be bonded. Wouldn't you?
It's
According to the city ordinances, they're supposed to be bonded and
Licensed.
insured. License goes without say.
Yeah, I don't know what the bond. Yeah, please.
It's a requirement.
We can confirm with the Alabama Contracting Board to just make sure that they're bonded. That's easy to find out.
Next is consider subcontract for conference room modifications. As we talked about at the work session, one of our concerns is that we have a place that's a conference room which is not out in the public in order not to interfere with the traffic that comes in and out. And also to have a place where we can, have bi-weekly, bi-monthly meetings with our department heads. We can have a place to bring in investment bankers, people that we're talking with about development. This is basically upgrading our existing conference facility, conference room, to where it's a much higher standard. We talk about changing the roof, ceilings, lighting. We're going with LED light fixtures. We talk about taking out the Kelly green carpet, which would be available, I guess, if someone likes Kelly green. But we're talking about putting, tile floors in. We're talking about putting drywall and taking out plywood. Actually making a nice.
Hopefully we're sorry.
Mayor, is there a little more information that perhaps the contractor could give us as far as which step is the demolition process? I mean, what process? He's given us a ballpark total of $14,500, but is there a way that he could give that to us in a breakdown?
We can ask. I think that at the time that he didn't have light fixtures tied down, I think he had a price on the flooring and other things, part of that. And I think that was the same thing, is that we looked at it as coming up with a not to exceed situation. We can request additional detail from him. I was hoping with, the mayor being away for a couple of weeks, economic development conferences coming up, certain things, I was hoping to get this work done or started at the same time as the ADA compliance work.
That's the contractor.
Could we possibly look at getting the AD compliant work done?
They bid it
See
out.
what this man's capabilities are.
Yes?
And if, the ADA compliant work, let's check his, his quality of work, making sure that we got all, covered with that. Perhaps then move forward with the renovations, hopefully after we get through the March timeframe with the Aerofest activities. When you can be back in house to be able to oversee the operation.
Are you gonna be doing both of these jobs at the same time?
Yes.
Wouldn't have to be bidded out?
That's what I was gonna ask is, it seemed like a price that high would be bid out and that this guy would be able to.
The problem is that there's no detailed specification that's been developed.
Not a scope of work.
There's a scope of work,
Yeah.
and I think it's not the detail that would be required to get a tight price. I wouldn't bid on it without having a more tight specs.
Anything over 15 grand is
And
supposed
that's
to
what
be
we're
a bid.
Anything above 15 grand.
That's what I'm saying, above 15 grand, so go for a bid. So if he's doing both at the same time, you're looking at 17.5 off the bat.
No, it's two separate projects.
I make a motion that we delay the work to be done on the office after the completion of the ADA compliant work, and then we can move forward then with the complete renovation of the conference room adjoining the mayor's office for future use.
We have a motion on the floor. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And, what do we know about this Contractor, the one that y'all are talking about? Mayor, what do you know about him?
I know about it.